Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about change. Yes, and everything changes. Nothing is permanent, isn't it? So yes, we did change. We are not the ones, how we were 30 years or 40 years back. We are not our younger self. We changed, our body changed, our minds changed, and our emotions changed, towards things. Our habits did change, our lifestyle changed, a lot of things change. But initially, when the change happens, it does, hurt. It is a little painful, and because transformation itself is painful. I mean, like whether in order to reach somewhere financially, you have to work hard. You just can't sit and make money out of thin air. So you are enduring, some amount of pain. You are working hard. You are working tirelessly, towards achieving your goal. So it's absolutely okay to feel that pain in achieving things, and we become disheartened when we do something and we don't get the desired result. Yeah, so that is also something that we can't shy away from, or we can't deny, because we might work hard for something and we might not get the desired result, and that is what hurts. So we all need to understand that a change is only the permanent thing out there. Otherwise, there is nothing permanent. In every term, there is nothing permanent. And if you see, the same thing happens with our relationships also. I had a lot of relationships. I had my family, my friends, my love relationship, but do I have all of them now? No. And it was painful to let go of those old toxic relationships. It was painful. It was not easy. I felt as if a part of myself was torn away, from me when I was, taking those major decisions in life. But it did come with its own benefits. I feel good now. I feel more stable. I feel more happy. So change is not always bad. Often, this fear is there that a change is going to make us bad, or change is going to make us miserable, or change is going to make us or put us in mess. But that's not how it is. That's just a lack of confidence. That is lack of self-worth, and lack of emotional regulation is why we fear change. We just don't want to feel anything apart from how we are feeling now. I mean, I have changed a lot of places. I have changed a lot of houses. I have changed a lot of footwear. I have changed a lot of vehicle, and every time that change was for better. But the process of that change had some pain involved. It was not that easy. Yeah. So I had to work. I had to work, to experience that change. I had to work hard to experience that change. But that change that I experience now is better than the previous one. So this limiting thought and belief, that a change is not always going to be good. Why not? I did change a lot of things in life, and I feel happy now. I feel better. The toxic relationships that I had were weighing me down, and cutting ties from those relationships was painful, but once I did it, I started having better relationships around. I started feeling better. I started, healing my own self. So I really don't know why people fear change, because I see a lot of people, they just fear change. They don't want to try something new. They don't want to try something new because they're so used to it. Their entire reality, it's as if their entire reality is based on, one specific thing, idea or way. And if there is any, microscopic, possibility of change, or if someone is trying to do a little bit of change also, it's like a threat. It's something which is, taking them out of that comfort zone. So let me give you all an example. I chose to come out of a toxic relationship. It was painful. I had to learn to be independent. I had to learn to be myself. There were two choices when I was in a toxic relationship. Either I had to bear the toxicity, be abused, and be in that relationship and get the free food, or the other option that I had was to go out there and, earn my own food and live life with, dignity. So I chose, living life with dignity. But that was a little painful. I had to lose on to the free food that I was having. I had to lose on to that relationship label that I had, being in that relationship. So those were the things that I lost. But I instead, compared to the things that I lost or the things that I left, I got a lot more. I got a lot of self-respect. I got a heightened, sense of self. I got better friends. I got better relationships now, and I've got a better quality of life. So, but that initial decision was painful. Yeah. So, a change is painful, but a change is always for better. Now, some people might say that, oh no, we did this and we changed this, and see, now our life has become miserable. See, that is when someone is already having a lot of preconceived notion, low self-esteem, low self-worth. As it is, a lot of paranoia is inside, fearing change, and they just don't want to leave their comfort zone. So no matter if they change something, and if something is better, they would still not be comfortable. They would not be happy and comfortable with that change. They would want to go back to the older self, because of their limiting belief system and those limiting thoughts. They were never able to come out of that prison, that mental prison. So they want to go back, and that is what makes them feel good. So this change is not making sense to them. And the same thing happens with abusive relationships. I have seen a lot of my known people who are into extreme toxic abusive relationship, and still they choose to be in that relationship. Why? Because they are scared whether at all they would be able to achieve something better. Because being in an abusive environment, being in an abusive relationship, you start losing trust on your own self. You start losing trust on your own self. You start losing the sense of self. You start losing your self-worth, confidence. So as it is, you feel little, you feel less, and you are unable emotionally and mentally to make that change. You are unable to take that process because you are so used to, and you feel that you are not capable enough for that transition, for that jump, for that change. And that is the reason a majority of the poor remain poor, because of their mindset, because of their limiting belief system. And they really don't, because for such a prolonged period they are in that environment which has made them feel a certain way about their own self. So they really don't trust their capabilities, they really don't want to come out of that comfort zone. They prefer begging. Yeah. So I mean, if you see, I see a lot of I do communicate with a lot of these beggars on the street, and a couple of them I did come across, and they say that their grandmother was also a beggar, and the father was also a beggar. Mother is also joined to be a beggar, and they also aspire to be beggars, and they are also begging. So and I ask them, why do you do that? And then they tell me that we just don't know anything, we are not capable of anything. How? Who? And then I ask them, who said that you are not capable of anything at all? Who said that you are just capable of begging? Who is that who sets all of these things and these limiting belief systems? And then they say, this is how it is. We tried studying, but we couldn't. We were kicked out of the school. We tried working somewhere, but we were kicked out from there. I mean, all I can see is that low self-esteem, low confidence, low self-worth. This is all what it is, which is creating an impediment for them. So yes, this fear of change is a real thing, and we all should never fear change, because today I might be staying in a good place. Tomorrow I might live in even a much better and luxurious place, because I trust myself, I trust my abilities, I trust my strength, I have got full trust in myself, because I deserve it. Yeah, this is the strong belief that I have. But with people, other people, they might be having conflicting beliefs, a lot of doubt around change, a lot of unseen paranoia around change. So as it is, change becomes something demonic. So they want to prefer live like this, and live the way how it is, and that's it. They want to reach their end. So they lose a lot of opportunities, they lose a lot of options, they lose a lot of great things that is out there, just because of their limiting beliefs, and low self-esteem and low self-worth, and they miss the bus. So we can't blame others if we are not trying it, if we are not trying to see what's there on the other side, if we are not trying to venture other things. I mean, it's absolutely us who is responsible, not others. We have to change our belief system. We have to change how we take and perceive change. A change is always for better. I mean, I lost a lot of toxic relationship to get good relationships in life, and the same thing, you can do it as well. I left my toxic family to have a good set of loving friends. So I had to let go of that toxic family. What to do? It was toxic. I had to let go of my toxic lover to find a better partner in life. So change has some amount of pain, but it doesn't have to be that change leads you to something miserable. You only get into that miserable state if you are not calculative, if you are not stable, if you are not emotionally regulated, if you don't have clarity, and if you don't have autonomy, and if you don't have confidence, and if you don't believe your own self. You will be obviously you would be bound to fail if you don't trust in your own self. But if you keep on trying, it is painful. If you keep on trying, but you'll be there. So yes, we should not fear change. Our body changes, our relationship changes, our people around us changes. I used to look different, now I look different. After 10 years, I look even older. I'm in my mid 30s. I'll be an old woman in 20 years. You never know, I might look ugly. So I mean, my body changed. I have got stretch marks all over. So what's it? I mean, I'm still growing. So because I can't stop living fearing change. Yeah. So yes, we should embrace change, and we should always look for change, and we should keep looking for change that puts us in better position. So a lot of things are involved in it. We should not be very random. If we are in a mess, none of the changes are going to fix us. But if we are sorted, we can fix a lot of things, and the changes are going to be good for us. So first we need to sort ourselves out, emotionally, mentally, and then we can embrace change. And some people say that a change can be good, a change can be bad. I think if you're very mindful, the changes that you do, if you're mindful, and if you are doing the right changes, things are bound to be the best. Things are bound to turn out to be the best. So don't fear change. Change is the only permanent constant. And I used to like Indian foods a lot. Now my entire diet has changed. I used to be extremely lazy. Now I'm super active. I used to be I was very dyslexic, but these days I'm able to read much more than what I used to be capable of, or what I used to before. And so it keeps changing. We should never fear change. If it's changing, that means we are alive. Our body changes, environment changes, house changes, relationship changes, everything changes. Why? Because we are alive. So yes, embrace change with a positive mind, and don't fear change. So yes, this was all about change. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. And please like, share, subscribe the channel, and don't fear change. It's okay. A change is always for better. Yes, I believe it and I trust in it. A change is always for better. Please take care of yourself. Bye.